Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Meckaela Sellers, and I'm so happy you're here to see my 2022 Halloween home tour. Come on, let's go check out the dining room first. As you see, I have the silver, what are those things called, platters? I like them aged because it gives it like a nice antique look. So I've been collecting these little silver platters over the past few months. And the top, I have these plates that I made last year. They're decoupage, so I printed eyeballs off of the internet and then glued them to the plates. Over here we have our hand candles from Walmart. And an antique jewelry box. I don't know, it just looks creepy. Beautiful and creepy at the same time, and I just thought it looks cute out here. And I got that jewelry box at an antique store. And it has a little skeleton claw holding it, which came from Walmart. All of the candlesticks were thrifted, like, I don't know, about 15 years ago. They're pretty old. And with these cloches, those came from Target, the Target dollar spot. And inside we have little skulls that came from At Home, and the furry spiders came from Dollar Tree. So it's not much in here. This room's, I like to keep it, you know, pretty simple. This vase is old. It's about, I don't know, about 15, 16 years old. I think it came from, I don't know. It's been so long, I don't know. I have no idea. And in the other clothes, we have a Dollar Tree skull. Okay, and it's sitting on this little creepy cloth. Creepy cloth came from Dollar Tree, I believe. And over here, I like to change my art out for every season. And these little skeletons I got from Etsy. They were from a little Etsy photo printable pack. And then I just took them to Staples and I had them blow them up on, I chose the cheapest paper they had. I want to say it was like their drafting paper. And those two pictures together came up to like $3. And I don't even think the clerk, he didn't even charge them. He was like, just take them. And over here, y'all, I am terrible with plants. So, this one is fake. Because the real one died. Right, a succulent. How do you kill a succulent? I don't know, but I found a way. And so this one is on its last leg. But you see, I have new ones growing, so I'm doing something right. And this right here is actually an onion that my oldest daughter came to visit a couple of weeks ago. And she found this onion growing in my refrigerator in the bottom shelf. She was like, Mom, it has roots. We should plant it. So yeah, so now it's planted. So here over in the corner, oh, excuse me, baby. We have Tracker. You want to say hi? You say hi, Tracker? All right, so over here we have the little witch. Underneath her is a body form. So I like to sew. And I thought it would be really cute just to have like a witch standing in the corner. And so you see she has, if you can kind of see the brown of the body form. And I have pantyhose. That's what this part is, it's pantyhose. And I stuck pool noodles in for her arms. And these little hands came from Michael's, where they're like stakes. They're supposed to go on the ground with like tombstones and things, but I use it for that. And this hat came from Walmart. I thought she was pretty fancy. And her clothes, just old clothes that I had out of my closet. And up here, I have like these bendable twig things. They came from Amazon. I wanted to say they were like $10 for the pack. And these little crows, they also came from Amazon. I have 3 crows hanging out over here. Sorry for the wobbly hands, you guys. And that picture right there is just an old picture. I didn't have the in me to change it out this year, but next year I'll I'll take it down and put a little spooky picture in there as well. So here is the dining room. All right, so if we come this way, we have the little table at our entryway, and I didn't do much over here. I just pretty much changed out the picture that I had in this frame and put this skeleton one. I think it's a Vincent van Gogh picture, but I got it as a printable download from Etsy. I think it's funny, the skeleton has a little cigarette in his mouth. And down here we have a Marilyn Monroe statue, and she came from Home Goods. And this picture, the picture frame was thrifted. Actually, all the picture frames over here in this area, 1, 2, and 3, were all thrifted. The stand that this frame is sitting on was thrifted as well, but the picture was another Etsy printable. And if you look, I thought it was fun because it's a little landscape, but has little ghosts in it. I don't know if you can spot out the little ghosts over there in the corners. And in this picture right here, cracks me up. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it better. But this picture, oh, I'm sorry about the little glare from the camera, but let me try something. Here we go. All right, so you see we have like the major like heavy hitters in Horrorville. We have Michael Myers, Pennywise the Clown. We have I think that's Hannibal Lecter's character right in front of Freddy Krueger, Chucky, and then we have the little scary thing from Saw. But that came from Facebook Marketplace. I think I paid like $10 for it. That's with the picture and the shipping. But if you see, it comes in like a wooden block. I'm gonna come to the side. See, I kind of rigged it a little bit. It comes affixed to this block, so I couldn't take it off. Like they decoupaged it on there. And I found this frame that was kind of like a shadow box, and then I just tucked it in there. So most people, when they walk past it, they don't notice it, but I don't know, I like it. So what do you think? The kitchen, and I think this little snake dish thing, I want to say it is a candy dish. I got it from Marshall's, and I thought it was pretty cool. Let me see if I can turn on the light. Maybe you can see a little better. There we go. Yeah, that's the little snake, and I think he is so cool. Look at the detail. Look at the detail in that snake. Look at that detail. We come over here, we have a little bit of skeleton sitting there holding one of the pictures I used to sit at the front, on the front table with my husband and got my youngest daughter when she was a baby. And we have the little ghost legs coming out of the wall. These legs I made out of saran wrap and clear tape by wrapping my husband's legs. And the reason why we just have the 2 legs is because he got tired, so we never finished. And over here we have 3-tiered tray and Tracker's brothers. They want to come in. I got y'all in a minute, guys. And we have these little plates. Came from At Home. And we have this cherub bookend, which I thought was very vintage looking, gave me nice witch's cottage vibes. And we have this little cauldron with the skeleton taking a bath in it. I saw this idea on Pinterest. I just clipped the skeleton and glued him in there. Well, clipped his body in half and glued the top half. And this little bottle was thrifted, but the hand I made out of that modeling clay. But I never got around to painting the hands, so the hands are super white, but I don't know, I still like it that way. And the skull came from Walmart. The little jack-o'-lantern came from Target dollar spot, and we have a crow. Looks like it's giving me a side eye. And that's what we have. So all of the picks came from Michael's. I like this little velvety one. I think it's kind of cute. And that, oh, wait, one more thing. Let me turn off the light. Sorry, I know you guys are like spinning around and all dizzy, but let me show you. These were some more of the download printables. See if I can zoom in. There we go. I like those. My husband and I were debating if we want to leave these up all year. He was like, eyeballs in the kitchen? I was like, you know, forget about the eyeballs. Just look at the colors of it. Isn't it beautiful? It matches our kitchen colors beautifully. So that, my friends, is the kitchen. So here we have the living room. I'm gonna start over here at this first bookcase. We see the mummy that I made out of my daughter's form. I wrapped her in tape and you know, cut her out and then filled her body form up with Walmart bags and pretty much trash to give it that shape. And then I duct taped the whole form together and then wrapped it and then put her on some necklaces. There's 2 different necklaces. And I made this crown out of that little putty clay stuff that hardens. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then behind her, we have my favorite Wicked Witch of the West. And a little collection of bones. More creepy books. And then down here, a book that I have been working on that it's supposed to be spooky book. And over here, we have a little peeping skull. The actual skull came from Walmart, and then I made the fingers out of that same putty that I made the mummy crown. But I didn't get around to painting those fingers. I'll probably save that for next Halloween. And a little, I don't know, what is that, a planter vase thing? That actually came from Goodwill. And all of these bottles came from Goodwill. That little lattice looking cube structure square thing came from Goodwill as well. And I don't know, this season I've been having a thing about eyes, and this magnifying glass display box thing came from Michael's. I picked it up just the other day. You see, you know, it's pretty. I think it was on sale for like $10. And I made that book, it's about 5 years ago. I decoupaged that book, printed that green situation out, and then glued it on there. And then this Wolfsbane bottle came from At Home. And up here, have a container of skulls. That container came from Goodwill, but the skulls came from Dollar Tree. Okay, so over here on this bookcase, it's not super fancy. I just have my daughter's melted clock for, we studied Salvador Dali, so she melted a record and put it in here because she was tired of it being in her room. So I thought it looked cool, so I put it on the shelf. And right here, we have all of these little bottles that I wanted to turn into apothecary, you know, witch spell bottles. I got all of them at a yard sale for $5, and it came in that little box thing as well. And if you are a Stranger Things fan, you should recognize this little guy, the Demi dog. I think it's what it's called, a Demogorgon dog. Some kid, my daughter found this in like a grocery store somewhere. Somebody had dropped it in the parking lot, and she picked it up. So it's been here ever since. And we have this little skull that was thrifted about 6-7 years ago. And I see my daughter put her medal that she got from her diving event this past weekend. She put her medal up here because it was Halloween themed. And right here we have this vintage box that I love it because it has like a velvet interior. And I thought it looked like something a witch would have in her house, in her little cottage. So I brought that here, and I got that from Goodwill. I think it was like $3. And I know, don't come for me from my picture frame. I need to put a picture in there. Oh, but I thought it looked pretty cool and creepy at the same time. All right, so we have this huge skull that I got a few days ago from Walmart. I think it was like $13 or something like that. And oh yeah, it's another one of my unfinished projects. I was trying to make a spell book and never finished. But this right here is not toilet paper, it's paper towels glued to a book. And I made this hand out of that little putty glue, not glue, the putty, you know, the little, I can't even think of what it's called right now, but I made it, the little skeleton hand, and I glued it on here. And the idea was that I was going to paint the whole thing. And I didn't get to it. So maybe that's something that I will do for next year. And here we have a, I don't know, what is this, an octopus? And you know octopi don't have bones, but I thought he was pretty creepy. He was like $2, $3 at Walmart. And I have a skeleton hand, and a cloche that came from the Dollar Tree. And I think the cloche came from the Target dollar spot. And then right here we have a little jack-o'-lantern. I just threw him up here, you guys. And he came from the Target dollar spot. But this right here, this little bottle, that bottle was thrifted. But the cork, you see that cork top? It's like a pumpkin with a crow on top. That came from Walmart. It was like $5. I thought that was so cool. So that is this bookcase. We have a skeleton back here with his witch's hat on, playing with his haunted dollhouse. So this haunted dollhouse I made, I bought the dollhouse off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a Fisher Price dollhouse. I paid $10 for it, but I had to drive like 45 minutes to go pick it up. So, you know, but if you take a look at it, I painted it over, and then I glued some little leaf things on there to make grass, and I have pumpkins that I painted. I only did one coat so it can kind of look, you know, kind of scrapey looking. And I put little spiders on there, and these branches came from my yard, so they wouldn't stand up, so I just put the little putty thing at the bottom to make stands. And these pumpkins are actually erasers. So I painted those erasers and glued those on there. And then we have Keep Out popsicle sticks. Found these tombstones at Target yesterday. Thought those were pretty cute. And we have more skulls peeping, well, skeletons peeping away at us. This guy's up here. More spiders. And the gargoyles, those came from Amazon. They came gray and I painted them white. And then these bats came from Dollar Tree. And at night, they have fairy lights, their time, and they'll come on around about 6 o'clock. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's decorated for fall as well. So we have these warm fall foliages. Oh, I forgot about this guy. This guy right here is my absolute favorite. He reminds me of a catacomb, like the catacombs in Paris. Just take a look at this guy. How cool and creepy is he? And we just have him just kind of chilling out on the couch. So that's what that all looks like. Oh, wait. I got one more thing. Sorry for the wobbles, y'all. I have this drawing that my kid brother drew. He drew this when he was in high school. And I just thought it fit the Halloween vibe. I love that. That's actually him. Him stretching out his face. And that's it. So I'm gonna let you have one more view of the space, of the room. All right, that's the living room. When we come this way, this is our little, I don't even know what room we call this room, music room. Sometimes it's the music room, sometimes it's the study. We don't know, but I want to begin over here. Got this little antique table, this antique chair. Both items were thrifted. And I found this antique Underwood typewriter on Facebook Marketplace for $10. So the plan was to have like paper like floating out of it and everything, and I couldn't get the paper to stand. I couldn't figure it out, so so I took it down. So, but this is what we have. I added some moss to try to make it a little spooky, and added a little hand. The hand came from Walmart, and some old books. But here, I tried to make some crystal balls out of, what are these things called? Candlesticks and Christmas ornaments, and with a clear filmed picture of an eye. So I printed that eye out at Staples on that clear, you know, the clear transparency paper that they used to use in school, that paper. And I just tucked it in there, hot glued it to the Christmas ball and put it in there so you can see how thin it is. I think it's pretty cool. So, you know, I just couldn't make one, I had to make two. And both of the candlesticks and these were thrifted. And here we have the Sanderson sisters. So you can kind of see the little hole. I didn't know what to do with that, so I just put it, just left it alone. I'll figure it out for Halloween next year, but you can kind of see the paper, right? It's pretty neat though, right? There we have that. And London Rose, when she was a baby, this was her second Halloween. She was an elephant for her first, cute witch for the second. Over here, the idea is that if a witch lived here, she would come in and hang up her broom and her hat right over there, and maybe type a spooky letter on the typewriter. And over here, just have like a little chair with a cute apothecary pillow. That pillow came from at home. And I have this big old picture that I've had him for, I don't know, maybe 20 years. And I had nowhere to put him. And I just thought, you know what? I saw on Pinterest, people were just putting masks on their picture. So I said, why not? So I stuck a mask on him to make him festive as well. Over here where the printer sits, I have a few things. I have this cool skull. I love this skull. And I don't know what these little bead things are, but I think it's so cool. And I love how his teeth are imperfect, which I think is amazing. And over here, I tried to make a mandrake root. And I had an actual pot for it to go on, well, go in. But then my daughter took the pot, and I don't know where it is. So I found this mini bird cage at Goodwill. And so I put the mandrake root in there. So I made it with the little modeling clay, painted it, and then, you know, glued some leaves on top. And here is a candle holder. And inside I have, these are salt and pepper shakers. And this book is an oldie but goodie. It was made, I think, around 2017. Back when I was teaching high school Spanish in Georgia, I had some students help me make this book for a project they were doing. They were making a movie, and one of them had to deal with magic. So they made this spell book. If you look, they cut open a dictionary, and we found these spell pages on Google, printed them out, and glued them in the first couple of pages. And you see, oh, hey, what is this? Ooh, some stickers. Huh? I'm gonna keep that and use that. Put them in there. But yeah, you can see that it's an old dictionary. So I found this dictionary at Goodwill, brought it back, and the kids cut up the book, and then I took it and painted the pages to make them look aged and worn. And then what I did to the cover of this book, I actually found this design on Google, and I printed it out. It is nothing but regular old paper, like regular schmegular computer paper. And I cut out, well, I printed 3 sheets. First sheet's on the front, and I cut down the second sheet to fit like a spine. And then the back sheet, I glued it here. And all this white is because I didn't protect the book well over the years. I should have put like wax paper or parchment paper, you know, in between the book when I put it on the shelf, but I didn't. So the pages started to stick to other books, and then it peeled a little bit. But this glitter, we just glued the glitter on there, and that was it. There's the little book. And then this is nothing but a bookmark that I found last year at Facebook Marketplace. I think I paid probably $10. Knowing me, it was $10. No more than that. So that's that. And then over here, we have our piano and our little skeleton. And we have a little pet rat inside of this bird cage. The bird cage was also thrifted. The rat came from Dollar Tree. And behind the skeleton over here, well, the skeleton, I got him from at home, like last year. Hey, baby. It's my daughter down from her piano lessons. Right here we have a Frida Kahlo picture. And on top, a little crow. And this is our wall. We like to travel. Our family travels a lot, so well, I'll show you a couple of these. We have a picture of my husband standing at Habatanongo. This was in Guatemala. And my daughter over here in front of Stonehenge when she was little. But this right here is what I wanted you to see. This wreath, I don't know why. I don't know why I put it right here, but usually every holiday, this little picture frame right here, I always switch out the piece that I put in the center of it. So sometimes I might have a word in there that says, "This is us." For Christmas, it has like happy holidays in there. And so this year I thought it'd be cute to make this little wreath. And I just took, you know, the regular, what's that, the grapevine wreath? I forgot what this is called, the little wooden wreath. And I bought the Welcome to the Afterlife sign. I want to say that came from Walmart. The hand was from Dollar Tree, and the bats were from Dollar Tree as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and viewing my Halloween home decor house tour for 2022. Bye.